Welcome back, everybody. You may have been here, but welcome me back. I'm Peter from Peter's Living Room here on the World Entertainment and Information Network. And it's Thursday, so we actually call it South Florida Live. And we broadcast from the Transmedia building in beautiful downtown Boca Raton. And if you're listening on the stream, the audio stream, WEInetwork.com, wherever you are, you can go on Facebook and catch the Facebook live feed on my Facebook page, Peter Wein. It's actually peter.wein.16. And like it this way, whenever I'm on with my guests, you'll get notified and be able to join us. I have with me now, I've been waiting for you to come in. Basically because we're going to talk about things that I know relate to me and a lot of other people. Nitzan Mosery, you're known as the traveling investor.
That's right.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's good. It shows a little creativity. It's better than Nitzan's business or whatever it is.
Nitzan, the real estate investor.
Yeah, right. But you do, okay. So real estate investing, but you do more than just real estate investing.
Right.
You actually talk with business people and teach them how to streamline and
that's right.
Kindly be most effective.
Correct. I show people how to create systems for their company, how to find niches in their industry, how to set goals, proper goals. A lot of times we're taught to set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-year goals.
Right.
I don't know about you, but if I within 3 weeks of my year goal, I'm already off track. So I teach people how to think about those things in a different perspective, look at it in a different way. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. One thing that I believed in, like you say, everybody says, what's your immediate goal? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10? When you've been in business, usually I'll hear somebody say, what's your exit strategy?
Exactly.
Well, I know people say, exit strategy. I'm not looking to exit, right? But there is an exit strategy.
There is an exit strategy. And, it's just like in real estate, when you're creating your business and you're, you see where you're starting, where you're going, but you have to see an exit strategy. You have to see a time and place in the future where this is my goal.
Right.
This is where I want to get to. Exit strategy doesn't necessarily mean selling off your business.
Right.
But this is where I want to go.
The interesting thing, and you may be the person to actually clarify it. Look, we're living in a day and age where technology is just snowballing.
Mm-hmm.
It used to take 50 years to get somewhere, then it took 30 years. Now it takes 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time something is released, it's already old.
Right. It's obsolete.
It's obsolete. It is. It's obsolete. I was talking to somebody who was complaining about basically advancement in technology, and that not him, but I don't know if it was his parents, his brother, whatever. They're going to lose their job because artificial intelligence is taking over, or robots taking over their work, and he hates what's going on. And I said, hang on a second. My great-grandfather used to walk around the streets of Brooklyn lighting the candle on the street lamp. And then all of a sudden, electricity came into place. He lost his job because of an advance, but it created jobs for people to run the electricity now.
Create the light bulbs.
So you've got to be, when you talk about an exit strategy, to me, it means maybe a shift in the work that you're doing or the way you're presenting it. Or,
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. It's especially with technology today, right? We're looking down the road, even in my business in commercial real estate, technology is letting us do things that we weren't able to do 10 years ago. Today I can look at a property in Wazoo, Wisconsin from the comfort of my office in Boca Raton.
Right.
I can analyze it. Not only that, I could take Google Earth and I can see exactly what's around it.
Right. You don't have to travel anymore.
15 years ago, I would have to get on a plane to every single market and drive the market and look and the time and all that. So, what we say may be obsolete, but it's also, like you said, we're creating a new sector. We're creating new things. So as business owners, we always have to create ourselves from new.
Right.
We always have to adapt and overcome.
Right. Now, as far as my previous life, I used to travel a lot with
Okay.
work, and I loved it because I got not only meet people, but I got to see a lot of the world.
Sure.
It gets old.
Oh,
It gets
absolutely.
old rather quickly.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
not as glamorous and romantic as people think. And there were definitely times it's like, man, I wish I didn't have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Today, whether it's Skype, there are so many applications out there to connect video and sound.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes I wish I could get on the plane and go.
Right.
But the convenience and the cost factor involved is, I just did a call. I forget what it was called, but there were 8 of us.
Mm-hmm. Right, one of those conference calls.
It was
webinars.
and it was great. It was like it's like, I think I need a bigger screen, because every time somebody logged on, the picture of everybody else got a little smaller.
Yeah.
But the bottom line on it is, 1, it's cost effective. 2, everybody, and we were all over the country, was able to sit down at the table.
Sure. No, it's fantastic. Right. My business partner for the last 3 months has been in France, taking care of her family and doing what she needs to do over there. But yet, thanks to our phones, the applications on the phone, the video conferencing and all that, we're still able to handle and take care of business. But not only that, we're able to move business forward.
Yeah.
Thanks to the technology that we have today. And like you said, I don't have to get on a plane until I have to get on the plane.
Well, and people are going to hate this, and they're going to say, screw you, Peter. But I've actually gone on a cruise and operated the station from the cruise.
There you go.
So,
absolutely,
it's a beautiful thing.
You see, but I'm a little different. When I go on a cruise, that's when I totally.
Well, you know what? I that's my goal. Unfortunately, you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't worth not going away to know that there were a few hours a day I had to do some work.
And with technology, the beauty of technology today, I'm holding up my phone here.
It's a computer.
And it's a computer, but this is my office now.
Yeah.
Back 15, 20 years ago, you had to be at your desk to work.
Yeah.
Now I can go, I'm very fortunate and grateful to be able, my kids get out of school, June 15th, June 20th, we're either in the car or on a plane going to some mountain range somewhere. And while we're hiking and climbing waterfalls and doing all that, I'm conducting business.
Right.
Because I've got my office in my back pocket.
Well, the interesting thing is there's more power and memory in your little phone than Neil Armstrong had when he went to the moon.
Amazing, isn't it?
And it's funny. I watch. I like old serials, old movies, and stuff, and like Buck Rogers, and Flash Gordon,
sure,
right? And you look back at the 1950s sci-fi movies, and they go to the computer, which wouldn't fit in this room,
right?
So they got a lot of things right, except the technology. Instead of getting bigger, everything got smaller.
It got smaller. Yeah. It's funny that you said, right? It got so small that we, years ago we had the tiny Motorola flip phones.
Yeah.
Where the mouthpiece didn't even reach your mouth when you held it to you, right? So it got so small that it wasn't practical at all.
Right.
So they had to make it a little bit bigger.
Well, the other thing that gets me is, and when I told my kids, I said, I was 13. I got a 19-inch black and white TV, and I was privileged, and, as a young adult and growing up, all of a sudden, wow, 25-inch, 27-inch TV, right? My folks were flipping out. They got the first TV that the console was that big, but the screen was 8 inches. Anyway, now, I got a 60-inch here, a 50-inch there. And you look at, people today, and they're watching movies on their 5-inch screen on their phone. It's like
amazing.
You talk about a reversal.
Yes.
I kind of like bigger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember those televisions.
Yeah.
The Sonys, the 27-inch, 34.
Yeah.
They were so huge.
Trinitron.
Right. I was living in Manhattan. I was living on a 5th floor walk up, and I needed 4 people to help me carry the TV up.
Yeah.
It was
what part of East Side, West Side?
East Side, 14th Street, East Side. I've got some real estate in Soho.
I used to have an office on 15th and 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Was it 71 5th Avenue? I think that was the address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got some commercial real estate in Manhattan and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay,
it's a
so
great
getting
place.
back to the real estate, when you sit with a business owner and show them how to streamline, how to maximize,
Mhm.
the dollar, and the growth and the planning out and making sure that they have a business plan
Mhm.
and have a focus on where they want to go. You do commercial real estate.
Correct.
Is owning commercial real estate for the business, owning their location, something that could be for every business out there, or it depends.
Yeah, I wouldn't say for every business.
Yeah.
Okay. If I remember 15 years ago, before technology, before cell phones and
Yeah.
whatnot, when the internet boom was hitting,
Yeah.
we were renting out office spaces, 10,000, 15,000 square feet to these big, huge computer companies. And they would line the walls with computers and they
Yeah.
would have people sitting in there and whatnot. Everything now has decreased.
Right.
The office space has gotten smaller. People are working from home. People are working from
Right.
anywhere they can, right? You've got these communal workspaces now.
Uh-huh.
So that kind of is a little different, way of looking at it, right? So we've had to adapt to that as well. But owning commercial real estate is always great, right? Warren Buffett, big fan of owning
I've heard the
commercial.
name.
You've heard the name, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
one of those guys, right?
Right.
He says wealth
And
is
that's not the parrot head. It's
Right.
somebody else. Yeah.
he says that wealth is created through investing in real estate, right? You can make your money. You've got your job, your day job. You could be a CEO. You could be a doctor, a surgeon. You can make millions of dollars. But once you stop working, you don't have any more income coming in, right? So what do? We take that income that these people have, right? They've got savings. Well, let's buy a property. We'll buy it once, and it'll keep reaping
Right.
the rewards after we buy it,
Uh-huh.
right? Passive residual income. And Warren Buffett said it also, great saying, right? He goes, you got to learn how to make money while you're sleeping.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That is
Right.
the way to do it.
So I will show business people how to take their businesses where they want to go, right?
Yeah.
Show them what they need and how to put it together. And then I'll show them how they can take their income, invest it in real estate. So now they've got two income coming in. So if one dries up a little bit, they have the other one working.
How do you approach? I know there are people out there right now with everything that's going on in the world and in the country, and this isn't anything political, but there are people out there who are skeptical. Some of them, you got the optimist, the pessimist, right? Half
Sure.
full, half empty.
Sure.
And it's like, I'm just waiting for the bubble to burst again. How do you talk to people or guide them with having that mindset put out there? Is there a right and a wrong time?
Well, there's never a wrong time to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
It all depends, and your investing strategies have to align with what's going on in the market, in the country, in the economy today. So let's say South Florida, for example. Okay, if you're buying in South Florida, I would really buy very, very, very conservatively, ultra conservatively. Make sure you run your numbers on a conservative basis because the market is at the top right now. There's really not much more it can go up. So what goes up must eventually come down, right? Now, I'm not saying we're going to have another hit like we did in 2008. There may be a little hiccup, but if you underwrite, if you analyze, and you buy conservatively, you can weather those little hiccups and ride it out. So, there's never a bad time to buy. You just got to be careful, and you can't force the numbers. If the numbers don't work, the numbers don't work.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I was looking on the way here. Somebody sent me a property in Fort Lauderdale, a 35-unit apartment complex, a small one, $9 million. If you do the average, what is that? $300,000 approximately a door. Where are you going with that?
Yeah.
What can you do with that? Who's going to pay you $400,000 when you go to sell it? We're talking about exit strategies, right? So when you're buying commercial real estate or any type of real estate, you got to look at your exit. When am I going to exit? Who am I going to exit to?
Right.
What's going to be my exit strategy? And if I'm buying at $300,000 a door for a 1950 build, not even a 2018 or 2019,
right?
Where am I going to take it? So you got to look at that and ask those hard questions. What are we going to do with it? Where are we going to take it? Who's going to buy it afterwards? If the economy takes a hit and now the doors are worth 200,000 or 100,000. Can we afford to pay the mortgage?
Right.
So you got to really look at all those numbers. You got to really take that into consideration. And, sometimes investing in your backyard may not be the best thing. There are different markets in the country that are doing different things. Look at Detroit. Detroit is starting to kind of like fizzle a little bit. There's a little speck here, a little speck there, something going on.
Yeah, I do a sports show with a guy who's a broadcaster in Detroit, loves Detroit, and he's saying that there's a renaissance going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then you kind of look behind under the cover, and there are certain things, but there are so many unknowns that have to fall into place.
Right.
Yeah.
So you still got to keep an eye on that market. I'm keeping a very close eye on that market.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be the first one in there, but I don't want to be the last one either.
Right.
All right. I'll be the fourth, fifth, sixth one going in. Once I see that people have proven the strategy in Detroit, then we can go in.
Okay. So you have clients all over the country.
Yes.
And they can get in touch with you. How?
They get in touch with me either by phone, by text, by email, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So I guess giving out the information.
So you can reach me at success@traveling-investor.com. My phone number is 561-212-7247.
Couldn't get away from the 212 number.
Yeah, it was there,
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. My commercial real estate investing website is www.investwithcip.com, and CIP stands for Cornerstone Investment Partners. That's the name of my investment company.
All right, very good. Interesting. It's I was never big in the market. New. I didn't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it. I had a very good friend whose father, every 15 minutes he was, this again before the internet, he was walking outside in New York and looking up on the board, to see what was going on, and it's like that would drive me crazy.
Absolutely.
But it's interesting, and I agree with you. You got to really look at under the cover, to see what's going on. This right and wrong.
The nice thing about commercial real estate, is that it's not dependent on what's going on in China. It's not dependent on who farted in Japan, right? Like the stock market. It's not volatile. It's local. It's based local on what is the local economy doing? Are there jobs being created in that economy? Is the local government, the mayor, all the city council members, are they bringing in permanent jobs into the market, right? So that's the beauty of it. It's local in nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you made it in here today.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Again, everybody, Nitzan Mosery, the traveling investor. One more time, the website for people to get through to you.
The website is www.investwithcip.com.
All right. Well, thank you. And again, thanks everybody for listening. We still got afternoon to go. So we're going to take a quick break. Got a few messages to put out there for you. Don't go away. We will be back shortly. And thanks for listening.